Welcome guys back to another video in the channel. Today we'll be doing a match preview / predicted lineup for the game Chelsea versus Manchester City. This is a huge game for the two sides as they are both battling for a top 4 place. I think Manchester City are more well placed for a position for next season's Champions League, but obviously they do have that ban that may or may not get upheld. But looking at Manchester City in the table, they're not really chasing anything because they're on 63 points, 20 points behind Liverpool, and they've got nothing to play for. Man City, you know, they're not going to get caught up by Leicester City, and they're probably just going to coast this game. Maybe not think much of it, but that's not how Pep Guardiola does it. He tries to win every game, and that's how he performs. Chelsea, looking at them in the table, they're on 51 points. They're also taking 4th, 3 points behind Leicester City. And they do have Manchester United behind them, 5 points behind them. So Chelsea, they do see this as trying to win this one, because Man United, if they do win their next game as well, they'll get some ground on them, because Man United are playing Sheffield United next. So it's not impossible for United to lose that game. Looking at both the teams' last results for Manchester City on Monday, 22nd June, it was a comfortable 5-0 win against Burnley. Phil Foden, Riyad Mahrez with a double, and David Luiz and Phil Foden scoring a second, won them the game against Burnley. For Chelsea's last game, they beat Aston Villa. They had to come from behind to win that one, but Howe's gone to the score sheet for Aston Villa, and Christian Pulisic and Olivier Giroud completed the comeback for Chelsea. So looking at both teams, looking at team news for the two sides. So for Chelsea, Tammy Abraham is expected to return to the lineup after Olivier Giroud played against Aston Villa. William could drop out after a jaded performance against the Villains, and Ruben Loftus-Cheek is unlikely to retain his place, only having returned from a long-term injury. Mason Mount could push forward into a 3-man attack, while Pulisic may have done enough to earn a start after his winner last time out. Jorginho is available again after suspension and could come in the base of the midfield, while Mateo Kovacic is likely to start once again. N'Golo Kante is not expected to play 90 minutes against Villa, having returned to training later than his teammates, but he will need it against City. Reece James could earn a call-up, pushing Cesar Azpilicueta over to left-back, with Marcos Alonso dropping to the bench, while Kurt Zuma may also come in for Andreas Christensen, but Fikayo Tomori has a muscle issue. Finally, Antonio Rudiger and Kepa Arrizabalaga appear assured of their spots, while Callum Hudson-Odoi is still doubtful, and it remains to be seen whether Pedro and Willian will feature, with the duo yet to sign short-term extension contracts after June. So my predicted lineup for Chelsea is going to be Arrizabalaga, James, Rudiger, Zuma, Azpilicueta, Jorginho in that CDM sort of role, and then 2 centre-mids going to be Kante and Kovacic, with Mount, Pulisic and Abraham leading the attack. Looking at Manchester City's possible lineup for this big game against Chelsea, the lineup they played against Burnley was Ederson, Cancelo, Otamendi, Fernandinho, Zinchenko, Silva, Rodri, Silva, Mahrez, Aguero, Foden. In that defence, I expect Fernandinho to come out for Aymeric Laporte, even though he did come on in 60th minute. So I do expect Aymeric Laporte and Otamendi to lead that two centre-back roles. At right back, I do expect Kyle Walker to return, especially after he didn't play against Burnley and Cancelo did pick up a red card. Left back, I'm going to stick with Zinchenko because no one else really plays that position. Benjamin Mendy's probably going to have a few fitness problems, so I expect Zinchenko to keep that place. In the midfield, I'm going to go with the first midfielder I'm going to go with is going to be Kevin De Bruyne. He didn't really play the whole game against Burnley, so I expect De Bruyne to come into the side. I expect Rodri to keep his place in the side as well. Even though he played the full 90, I do think Rodri should keep his place in the side. And the next midfielder I'm going to go with is David Silva. I think Manchester City will need his experience there. On the front three, the left-hand side, I'm going to stick with Phil Foden. I think Phil Foden is a very, very good player, and I think he did very well. He did come off in the 79th minute for Leroy Sané, so I do expect Phil Foden to possibly start against Chelsea. Up front as the main striker, I'm going to go with Sergio Aguero. This is because he did come off at half-time for Gabriel Jesus, so I do expect Aguero to keep his place in the side. On the right-hand side, I'm going to stick with Riyad Mahrez. Again, a very, very good player. Did come off for Kevin De Bruyne, so I do expect Riyad Mahrez to start in that game. So that is my predicted lineups for the game. My predicted score for this game is going to be a 2-1 win for Manchester City. This is because they have much more quality in their team, and I think their experience will do Chelsea much more damage. And I do think Chelsea probably will not stand a chance in this game, even though they have a very good team. They're doing quite well, and they are chasing top four. So maybe Chelsea can cause a few upsets. That's why I'm going to give them 1 goal. But I do think on the whole, it is going to be a 2-1 win for Manchester City. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed, please leave a like, subscribe. See you guys in the next one. Bye bye.